What's up, Internet? My name is Woot, and I am back in Black Ops 2. I know everyone and their mother has already made an analysis video of this trailer, but after watching several of them, I just wasn't satisfied, so I decided to make my own. I have been scouring the internet for every piece of information I can find on Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and I intend to share all of that knowledge with you guys, so you can be better prepared for launch day. So without further ado, here is the ultimate analysis of the Black Ops 2 multiplayer reveal trailer. When this trailer starts up, the first thing I notice is what the game looks like. This ain't your daddy's Black Ops. Look at all those colors, the sharpness, and just the overall art design. It's light years ahead of the first Black Ops. Moving right along, let's dig into the class loadout breakdowns. On this first class, the primary weapon is an M8A1 assault rifle, which when unmodified fires in 4-shot bursts from 36-round magazines and appears to have low to moderate recoil. It also appears to kill in one burst if enough of the bullets hit. The attachment on his M8A1 is called Select Fire, which does just that. With this new attachment equipped, you can now have the ability to change firing modes by pressing right on the D-pad. And in the case of this gun, you can switch between burst fire or fully automatic. Next up we have his secondary weapon, which is a Cap 40 pistol. This thing is actually a machine pistol, making it fully automatic. It has 15 round mags, low recoil, and a blazingly fast fire rate. With this gat, you can pop 15 caps in someone's ass in less than a second. Equipped on his Cap 40 is a good old tack knife for shanking fools. Rounding out the equipment, he has Semtex equipped in the lethal grenade slot with shock charges in the tactical grenade slot. Shock charges are a new addition to COD and are much like stun grenades, except they can stick to a surface and act like proximity mines that stun enemies when they get close enough. When set off, the shock charge will slow and disorient your targets for about 1.5 seconds, giving you ample time to mow them down. The next things I'd like to talk about in this class are the score streak rewards. Yes, that's right, they are called score streaks now, not kill streaks or point streaks. Treyarch has created a new streak reward system for this game, which I will detail in a later video. I'll just say now that the system does look like a vast improvement over the old systems. The first thing equipped here is called the Lightning Strike. It is a lot like the Mortar Strike from previous CODs, where you could pull up a map and designate 3 spots that you want bombed. The strikes occur much quicker than in previous versions, making this streak reward a lot more useful now. Next on his loadout is the MQ-27 Dragonfire, which is a remote control quadricopter with a machine gun attached to it. This thing looks amazing and is right up my alley, as I love raining down death from above. The last streak reward for this class appears to be some sort of helicopter. Wish I could tell you exactly what it is, but after a lot of time spent searching for the answer, I came up with nothing. This means the icon used in the trailer is either a placeholder or a streak reward that has not been revealed yet. Now into the last parts of this class, the perks. Along with several of the other systems in Black Ops 2, Treyarch has made some serious changes to the way the perk system works. In this game, the perks only modify what the player character can do and will no longer modify the behavior of weapons. That job is now integrated into the weapon attachment system. The perk equipped in Tier 1 of this class is Hardline. At this stage in development, Hardline gives the player roughly a 20% bonus to earning score streaks. The perk equipped in Tier 2 is Toughness. Toughness will reduce the amount you flinch when taking damage, enabling you to stay on target. Lastly, for Tier 3, I cannot be 100% certain what perk this is. Every time I've seen the icon, it's somewhat blurry and difficult to make out. My educated guess is that the perk is called Awareness, which will make enemy footsteps easier to hear. We'll now see how the new shock charges work, and witness the lethality of the Black Ops 2 equivalent of the M16 before moving on to class number 2. The primary weapon equipped on the second class is the PDW-57. It's a submachine gun packing 50-round mags by default with a low recoil and a high rate of fire. The user of this class has 2 attachments equipped on his PDW-57, the first of which is the Millimeter Scanner, or MMS. This optic is very similar to a reflex sight, but you'll notice the lens is much bigger and it has a special feature. The MMS sends out a pulse wave which will detect enemies through solid objects or smoke and display them in the sight picture. This attachment is sure to be the bane of campers in Black Ops 2. The second attachment on this SMG is the adjustable stock, which allows the user to move faster while aiming down the sights, or ADS, much like the Stalker perk did in Modern Warfare 3. This is the first attachment we've come across that is an example of how the attachments have been modified to replace the old perks that affected gun behavior. The secondary weapon for this class appears to be a 5.7, which is a semi-automatic pistol capable of high rate of fire from 20-round magazines. The last pieces of equipment on this class are Semtex and 2 smoke grenades, which are staples of the series. Next we have the score streaks for this class, the first of which is the Lightning Strike again. The second streak reward here is the Stealth Chopper, which is a lot like the attack choppers of old, but it does not show up on enemy maps. The last streak reward here is the Orbital VSAT, which works just like the Blackbird did in Black Ops 1. It shows in real time all enemy positions, the direction they're facing, and it cannot be shot down. Now the last talking points for this class are the perks, and you'll notice there is no perk in Tier 1. Toughness is being used in Tier 2 again, and in Tier 3 there are 2 perks. This is possible due to the addition of wildcards into the Create a Class system. I'll go into further details on the changes to Create a Class in a future video, but this new system does appear to be balanced and also allows for an unprecedented level of customization. The wildcard used here is called Perk 3 Greed, and the two perks chosen are Awareness and Dead Silence. Dead Silence works much like it has in the past, either quieting or silencing your own footsteps. On a side note, Dead Silence was a very popular Perk 3 choice for the pro players during the Black Ops 2 multiplayer live streams at Gamescom. So hopefully this means Treyarch has improved the sound design this time around. Now we'll get to see how awesome the MMS side is, and also the return of dolphin diving. On the third class shown, we see that the primary weapon is the LSAT belt-fed light machine gun, which has 100 rounds per belt, medium rate of fire, and moderate recoil. The first attachment on his LSAT is the hybrid optic, which allows you to switch between a reflex sight and an enhanced zoom sight by clicking the left stick while aiming. The second attachment on this weapon is FMJ, or Full Metal Jacket rounds, which allow for greater bullet penetration when shooting an enemy through an object. The secondary weapon equipped on this class is a TAC-45 semi-automatic pistol, which comes standard with 10-round magazines, is capable of a medium rate of fire, and has low to moderate recoil. Attached to the TAC-45 is a suppressor, which will quiet your shots and keep you from showing up on enemy radar. Generally, the suppressor is my attachment of choice for all guns. Also equipped on this class are a Bouncing Betty and flashbangs. For the score streaks on this class, we've got 3 new ones here to talk about. First up is the Guardian, which allows you to place a microwave emitter for area denial. This thing appears to have decent range and a great effect on target. The symptoms it causes are very similar to a stun grenade or shock charge, slowing and disorienting the enemies who come within its effective area. This thing will be great for locking down choke points or defending flags. The second streak reward equipped here is the AGR, or Autonomous Ground Robot. It's very similar to the assault drone from Modern Warfare 3, but with a cool twist. When you earn this reward, you call it in with a smoke signal grenade, and a chopper will fly it in and drop a crate. The twist is that as soon as the crate hits the ground, the AGR busts out and starts going to work on its own. You have the ability to take control of the drone at any time by pressing and holding your reload button as well. The fact that this thing can be autonomous opens up a lot of interesting strategic possibilities, as you can toss that smoke signal grenade behind enemy lines and flank them with your own score streak. Last up for this class of score streaks is the escort drone. It's a drone helicopter which follows you from above, engaging enemies much like the AH-6 Overwatch did from Modern Warfare 3, with the added functionality of feeding information to you. We haven't seen it in action yet, but the information I've found indicates it will call out the locations and status of enemy targets. And finally, we are onto the perks of this class. I believe the perk in Tier 1 is Blind Eye, which keeps AI-controlled enemy score streaks from targeting you. After searching everywhere, I cannot confirm what the second tier perk is on this class, as it has not been identified, and the icon is quite blurry in the video. Now watch as the player earns his Guardian score streak and puts it to use. The primary weapon equipped on this fourth class is the Chicom CQB submachine gun. It has 36-round magazines and fires in 3-shot bursts, which can be fired in rapid succession with little recoil. Attached on the Chicom is a reflex sight and a foregrip. The foregrip reduces weapon recoil while aiming. The creator of this class has chosen an FHJ-18 anti-air launcher as a secondary weapon. It functions just like the anti-air launchers of the past and has the same ammo capacity of 2 rockets total. Something nice about this launcher is the excellent sight picture it has while aiming it. Equipped in the lethal grenade slot is another COD classic, C4. I believe the tactical grenade used in this class is an EMP grenade. That is just my best guess due to the nature of this class and the visual design of the grenade. Moving along to the score streaks of this class, we get to talk about a new one again. The first streak reward here is the War Machine, which is a semi-automatic grenade launcher capable of rapid fire. This thing is incredibly destructive and comes loaded with 6 shots along with 6 additional rounds for a reload. The great thing about this streak reward is that you get to keep it until you run out of ammo, and even if you die while using it, you still have it when you respawn. And for the second and third score streaks, we have the Stealth Chopper and Orbital VSAT again. Lastly, for the perks in this class, we have Blind Eye returning in Tier 1, and with the Perk 2 Greed wildcard equipped, we have another unknown perk along with the new perk called Fast Hands. This new perk will allow you to swap weapons faster, throw grenades faster, and also safely throw back frag grenades. Continue on, we'll see the Chicom CQB show its stuff, as well as some awesome footage from the MQ-27 Dragonfire score streak and the FHJ-18 launcher. Here on class number 5, the primary weapon equipped is the AN-94 fully automatic assault rifle. This rifle has an interesting feature where the first 2 rounds fired from a burst come out at an extremely high rate of fire. The rate of fire then slows if you continue to hold down the trigger. This would lead me to believe that you can empty a clip faster by feathering the trigger than just by holding it down. It will also be interesting to see how this rifle behaves when it's equipped with the Select Fire attachment. The 2 attachments on the AN-94 are the Target Finder and Foregrip. The Target Finder is similar to a reflex sight, but with tunnel vision and a special feature. The special feature is that the sight highlights enemies with red diamonds and notifies you when your shot is lined up. The secondary weapon in this class is actually a second primary weapon made possible by use of the Overkill wildcard. It is the assault shield, which has the ability to be set in place on the ground and then removed again by the user. This class is also taking advantage of another wildcard called Danger Close. This wildcard will allow you to take 2 lethal grenades, and in this case he's using 2 tomahawks. The score streaks for this class include the counter UAV, which works just like it has in the past, a new score streak called the Hellstorm missile, and the War Machine. The Hellstorm is similar to the Predator missile from Modern Warfare 2 and 3, but it has the added ability to break into cluster bombs to cover a much larger area with slightly less damage. I expect to see some pretty epic kill feeds thanks to this thing. The perks in this class are Flak Jacket and Fast Hands. Flak Jacket will function just like it has in the past by reducing damage taken from explosives. Now we'll get to see how the new assault shield can be planted in place, how the target finder works, and also the beast that is the AGR. Here on class number 6 we can see just how much you can customize a class for your playstyle on the new created class system. This guy is elected not to take a primary weapon, which then defaults to a combat knife in that slot. His secondary weapon is the Raging Judge 6-shot revolver, which is high damage, high recoil, and medium rate of fire. Along with passing on the primary weapon, the creator of this class is also elected not to take a lethal or tactical grenades, which has allowed him enough extra slots to use the wildcards Perk 1, 2, and 3 greed. With those wildcards equipped, the class can have 2 perks in each tier, but only 3 of them have been identified. In Tier 1 we have Lightweight and Ghost. Lightweight negates fall damage and allows you to move faster, and Ghost makes you invisible to UAVs as long as you are moving. Both perks in Tier 2 are unidentified at this time. And in Tier 3 we have another unidentified perk and Extreme Conditioning, which allows you to sprint for longer distances. Lastly for this class we have the score streaks EMP Systems, K9 Unit, and Swarm, which are all high tier rewards. The EMP works just like it has in the past, disabling enemy electronics and score streaks for a short time. The K9 unit is Treyarch Classic and also works like it has before. The new one here is Swarm, which at this time is the highest score streak that has been revealed. Swarm calls in a large number of autonomous flying kamikaze drones, which will dive into enemies exploding on impact. Also, while examining this video, I noticed that the class has different score streaks equipped near the end of its segment, but only one of them is new, so I'll go ahead and detail it here. It's called the Death Machine, and it's a futuristic minigun that functions just like the War Machine, so you no longer have to worry about dying as soon as you pull it out. I have to say I'm extremely excited about this streak reward as I have an unnatural love for all miniguns, so you can be sure I'll be using this baby all the time. Now we'll get to see the power of the Raging Judge, the new combat knife, and a tomahawk to the face. Continuing on to class number 7, we'll get to see some of the new sniper rifles. This class has 2 primary weapons equipped using the Overkill wildcard. The first one is the DSR-50, which is a bolt-action rifle that is a one-hit kill from the waist up. Equipped on the DSR are the ballistic CPU and variable zoom attachments. The CPU reduces the rifle's sway, and the variable zoom allows for multiple levels of magnification while ADS. The second weapon equipped here is the Ballista, which is also a bolt-action sniper rifle and is a one-hit kill from the chest up. With the wildcard called Secondary Gunfighter, he is able to take 2 attachments on a secondary weapon. Those attachments are Iron Sights and FMJ. I'm really glad Treyarch has included the Iron Sights attachment for one of the sniper rifles, as it'll be really fun to play around with. Score streaks equipped here are the War Machine, the Lodestar, and the K9 unit. The Lodestar is a completely new streak reward in which the player uses a laser designator to mark targets from the ground that will be attacked by the Lodestar from the air. And finally, the perks on this class are Fast Hands and Extreme Conditioning. We'll now see a bit of COD style sniping and a nice 4-man feed. For the 8th and final class shown in the trailer, we see that the primary weapon is the M1216 fully automatic shotgun. This shotgun has a unique design in that it has a magazine containing 4 tubes of 4 shells each, for a total of 16 shots. Once the shells in a tube have been spent, the magazine must be rotated so the next 4 shells can feed. This will make for a high-capacity automatic shotgun with a quick reload, which are usually things we don't get together in a shotgun. The M1216 has 2 attachments on it, one of which is the extended barrel, which will increase the effective range of the shotgun, and the other is the laser sight, which will increase the hipfire accuracy. The secondary weapon in this class is the Raging Judge revolver. Equipped in the lethal grenade slot is C4, and the tactical grenade slot is tactical insertion, which we saw him lay down at the beginning of the segment. The wildcard Perk 1 greed is being used to allow both Flak Jacket and Lightweight in Tier 1, and I am unable to decipher what the perk in Tier 3 is due to the blurriness of the video. The last things to note in this class are the score streaks, and we see the sentry turret makes its return to the series. This time around, the sentry turret can be placed and then controlled by the AI, or the player can take control at any time by holding the reload button. The escort drone shows up here again, and also the mysterious helicopter we've seen in the first class of the video. Now the trailer is coming to a close with a nice little kill streak, some footage of the swarm, and also a teaser of the new game mode multi-team deathmatch, and the new COD casting capabilities that will be built into the game. From this video and all the other footage I've watched, I think Treyarch will be hitting a home run this year. Treyarch came into their own with Black Ops, and this year will be their masterpiece. The game's pace looks to fall somewhere in between Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, which is a very good thing. Treyarch seems really interested in catering to the competitive gaming community, which should result in a well-balanced game and a good spawn system. We'll see how it all turns out just a few short weeks. Stay tuned to my channel for the most detailed Black Ops 2 multiplayer information you can find on YouTube. Hopefully I've earned your like rating and possibly a subscribe. I'm always interested in hearing what people have to say. Please leave any comments in the feedback section, and thanks for watching.